Right, now we're going to move on to a new job. Okay, this one's called the bracket. So we are going to put this in a new project. So if you remember from before, click on project, click new, single user, change it from project name. Okay, so again, yours will be in your network directory, Document Inventor, next, finish, and OK. So because all our other parts were closed, it created the project and swapped project to bracket. If yours didn't swap, it's probably because you had a part open, close that, and then change your default project to bracket. So let's open a new part. And as always, we're going to start sketching. So click on Start Sketch, click on that XY plane. Okay, so we need to draw another rectangle. The last thing we did was the slot, so that's what's at the top. This time, instead of creating a rectangle and then doing the constraints, if we use this 2-point center rectangle, first of all we click the middle, then we move out. So we are actually going to type the values in this time. Okay, so it wants to be 50 wide. You press the tab key, it swaps to the other dimension, and we can type in 50 there and hit enter. Again, it's just gone off the screen a little bit, so double click to zoom out. And that's it for that one. So we'll press finish sketch and extrude, and we want it this time to be 20 mil. Up it goes. Right, so we'll do the back of the bracket now. So click new sketch and click on the face. Now this time I do want a 2-point. Now the first one I need to get right in the corner. Okay, and you'll see the mouse pointer go green. Click, and again I need to come over to the right hand side till I'm right on the line, and then click again. Now, if it worked, 3 of your lines will be purple, and as you can see, mine didn't. What happened is I missed that right hand side, so I'm just going to undo to delete, and I'm going to do it again. Get right in the corner and right on the line. Okay, and as you can see, this time I've got 3 purple lines, which means I'm using the sides. So I just need to dimension how thick this part is. So click on the top, click on the bottom, left click to put the dimension down, and type 15, finish sketch, and extrude. Now we want this to be 55 millimeters tall, and hit OK. So just click on the little house. Now it's not really in the right orientation here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the front, which I actually want to be the top. So I'm going to right click, set current view as top. I'm going to turn it round, so I'm now looking at the front. That's okay. Click in the top right hand corner of the view cube, so it's oriented the right way. And this time I'm going to go right click, set current view as home, fit to view. And now what's happened is I've reset the top and the front, and now I've also reset the isometric view, so it's now the part is the right way up to my eye. Right, so we're going to start sketch again. Click on this front face, and again we're going to do a rectangle. So we're going to click on the top, on the bottom line, and then just move the cursor to the right, and you can see it's in line. The next thing I want is this rectangle to be in the middle, and you can see I've got a middle marker there. So I'm going to click the vertical, find the midpoint of the line, then the midpoint of the underneath element, and then I'm going to dimension the length of this slot 25 millimeters long, and it's going to be 5 millimeters tall. And again you can see it's fully constrained. Finish the sketch, extrude. It's pre-selected it, so I'm going to just change it to cut because I want to remove material, and I want it to go all the way through. So remember, don't leave it at 55, because if we ever changed it, it wouldn't go all the way through. And change it to all, and accept that change. Right, so this time we're going to do a couple of chamfers. So we're going to start the command. Once again, pick the edges first. If you pick the wrong edge, don't forget you can control and click it to remove it, and then update the size. And our chamfers are 10. Hit OK. Right, so we just need 2 holes left, a simple one in the back and a little bit more complex one on the top there. So I'm just going to spin the model around so I can see the back. Click the hole command, click on the back face, click on the first reference edge, which is the bottom, and it's 55mm up, and it is 25mm away from the edge, and the hole diameter is 20mm. So that's our first hole. I'm going to spin the part back round. Now this time our hole is tapped and it has a countable. So we start the command. The first thing we do is select the face. This time we want to select that back edge. And we want the hole 35mm away. Then this edge, and again that is 25. Now we want to do some things to our hole. It's a simple hole, but this time we want to add a thread. So we want to pick this one that's tapped hole. Once we do that, we get some more options now. First thing is we want an ISO metric profile. And the size of the hole is an M10. So we pick 10mm from this drop down. So it's now changed to M10 by 1.5. Okay. And we want the tapping to be all the way through. So at the moment it's only going 20mm down, but we want the whole hole tapped, so we click on full depth. We also want a counterbore, so that's the feature at the top. Okay, so we're just going to select counterbore, and the size of the counterbore is going to be 16mm diameter and 5mm deep. So now we've got a tapped hole M10 all the way through with a counterbore of 16 diameter, 15mm deep, and hit OK. So if we look at that, you can see the thread in the hole. That's the end of this part. Don't forget to save it. Once again, give it a proper name, because it will end up on the drawing. And now you're ready for the next part.